Did you know that anger, sadness, disgust, some of these other sometimes seemingly unhelpful emotions can actually help us when it comes to creating change? If you want to hear more about that, stay tuned to this short video. Hi, I'm Tara. This is Wellness with Tara. I hope you are doing well. If you missed my last video, I gave a little intro as to why and how emotions impact our ability to change and where we're going with that and what we hope to do and the new habits we're wanting to establish or the bad habits we're wanting to get rid of. And sometimes it's very tempting and very easy to see so-called negative emotions as always bad. They're always keeping us from what we want to do. And that's simply not true. Let's think about this for a moment. Anger. Okay, it's so easy to be like, well, we shouldn't be angry people. Again, oftentimes, anytime we take an emotion or anything else in life for that matter and say it's all or nothing, we often get ourselves into trouble. When is anger appropriate? Well, let's think about this. If we're feeling angry, anger can, when used well, lead towards change. It gives us action. It gives us an energy to actually create a change that we want to do something about. Now, obviously, if we're feeling that anger and we don't know exactly what to do about it or what to do with it, it can come out sideways, as I mentioned in my last video, and it might spew out on others. It might come out as irritation, frustration, annoyance, yelling, screaming, whatever that may be. It may be more internal, maybe more passive aggressive. It may be more self-hatred, etc. So it can come out sideways. But when we learn how to kind of manage those emotions in a nice, healthy way, anger can be used really well. The same goes for other emotions. Sadness, for example. If we get lost in our sadness, yes, we can become depressed. We can become completely inward focused. We can develop, if it goes too far, we can develop victim mentality. The whole world's out to get me. Nothing will ever change, etc., right? But sadness will also often allow us the opportunity to connect to others. So if any of you all have seen the movie Inside Out, it's a wonderful Pixar movie, and it talks about emotions. It gives them characters inside of this little girl, Riley, inside of her head. And the entire movie, the character Joy, as the name explains, wants to keep things happy and bright and cheerful all the time. And she's constantly trying to keep sadness away from Riley's life and keep her from choosing anything to do with Riley and making sure she stays happy, happy, happy all the time. And what Joy realizes, spoiler alert if you want to see the movie, but as the movie goes on towards the end, Joy realizes that all the emotions are necessary, and the sadness that Riley actually feels helps her to connect to others. It helps her to connect in a deeper, more intimate way with her family, with her mom and dad in the movie, with her friends. It helps her to have a fuller, bigger expression and picture of what's going on in her life, and it helps put her in touch with reality. Because reality is, we're not going to be happy all the time, nor should we strive to. That's not really the ultimate goal. Would we like to be happy? Absolutely. But realistically, all of our emotions are good, and they're there within us for a reason, even if that's hard for us to swallow. I know it's been hard for me to swallow over the course of my life, and it's when we feel like we need to run from them or shove them down or avoid them, that's when they tend to get us in trouble, because those emotions and the voices of the emotions grow louder and louder and louder until they eventually scream, yell at us, tell our bodies that we can't do anything today, etc. So when it comes to change, remember, there's no good emotion or bad emotion. It really depends on the context of how it's being used. Is it being used well? Is it being used to help us? Do we need help from someone else to help us understand how to use those emotions well? If that's the case, find someone to help you. Get a trusted friend, a counselor, a coach like myself, or someone else who can lead you on that journey towards acknowledging, being aware of your emotions, and moving towards those goals and those habits that you're hoping to establish, and keeping the two of those together. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to forward it along to someone else that may like it, or check out the last one if you missed that one to see where this whole conversation started. Until next time, take care.